Doris is kind of moody.
He only kissed me, that's it.
Cause Ed ain't giving up the booty.
He hasn't even gone past my neck.
But he had a blind date.
She might have some booty and some booze, but she ain't got what I got.
And he was ready to give it up.
When me and Denise were dancing, anything more, we would have been having sex on the floor.
After she dates some more giving guy,
He at least made the first move.
will he start giving it up?
You don't even hold my hand.
Or will they have a change of heart?
This is Change of Heart. Now, today's couple, they met when they were seated next to each other in a restaurant. Now, his first impression was, well, she thinks she's all that, and she's not. Her first thought was, well, he'd be kind of hot if he lost the tongue ring. Well, she got past the ring, and then she asked for his phone number, and they've been hung up on each other now for the past 3 months. Please welcome Ed Washington and Doris Vincent. Good to see you. It's good to see you guys, and you're here because you're in this long-distance relationship, and you're not really sure that you're here for the long haul, and that's what we're trying to find out. Now, Ed, you said Doris had that attitude like she's all that. Is that typically, what you got from her? Is that what she is?
I think she puts on a lot of airs and fronts, but really, she's beautiful inside and out.
Oh, yeah. How touching. Now, what about the fact that is she still as attractive as she was that day at that restaurant?
No. Her makeup is horrible, and she dresses like a hoochie.
What are you talking about? I was just like this when you met me.
I'll be lucky if she has on panties right now.
Oh, really?
And I am wearing them, thank you.
And do you?
No.
No.
Exactly.
Oh, you mean right now? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, Doris, he's complaining about your style and your fashion. How would you explain his?
Oh, he thinks he's Dennis Rodman. He has a flashy car. He spends about $6,000 on his car trying to get it fixed. He has a tongue ring in his mouth, tattoos. He thinks he's all that.
So she got that impression from you, too, though.
Why you gotta go there, though?
You know, you
Come on,
think...
Ed,
yeah,
you
come on,
a
he's
little bit of a showboat?
Well, he's...
Well, somewhat. But look at you. Everybody else has seen what I haven't.
That's because you choose not to.
No.
He's very intimidated by me. He won't go there. Oh, come on now.
I'm very intimidated?
He's only kissed me, that's it.
Doris, okay. You're moving a little slow there, kid. Doris, why do you think you got the tongue ring then?
Well, it was for oral gratification for his ex-girlfriend, which I don't need, okay? I like my toes to be sucked, okay?
Wait, say that again?
My toes to be sucked.
You like that?
That's all I need.
You would have had him sucked if you didn't push me away.
I did not
So why don't you
reject
do that?
I tried to come at her. She pushed me away.
No.
Like she don't want you.
I drove all the way out to see her one night. Okay, I come to her house and she pushes me away. We're laying there in her bed and she falls asleep. She says she's tired.
Doris, she's tired. The guy is trying.
I had been working all day.
What about the first kiss?
Also.
Wait, let me ask you about the first kiss. Even though he has a tongue ring, was it good?
Oh, it was so magical. So magical. He had it all planned. He told me he was going to kiss me, and he came into my house, and he grabbed me by my mouth, and he kissed me gently.
See? Now, Ed, she liked that first kiss. How does she show you that she really cares about you?
She doesn't. She doesn't. She'd rather go to a club than come out and see me.
No, that's not true. He doesn't even show up at my house when he's supposed to. He stands there.
She calls me. Whoa,
We got a little communication problem here.
No, he's got the
She calls me
communication
from
problem.
a club that is 15 minutes past my house, but cannot come and see me.
Well, wait a minute, because you're out with your friends or your co-workers doing something and having a good time.
But that's a different story. You're out with your...
So you guys don't hook up enough, but when you do, Doris, does he treat you like a queen when you guys are actually out?
He hasn't even spent a dime on me. Nothing.
No wonder you ain't getting no loving. Come on, Edward, what's the matter with you?
He doesn't do anything for me. All his money goes into his car.
My money is my heart.
Because what?
That's what I get.
She said you spent...
I have to pay for his gas to get to my house.
Yeah, but you spent $6,000 on your car, Ed. $6,000 on the car, she said, but you don't spend any money on her. Why not?
No.
What?
Wait, listen. My money is my heart. I listen to everything she has to say. I have a shoulder there for her if she needs it. Anything she ever wanted. She's never asked me.
That's not true.
Just don't hit the cash. No. All right, now, Doris, let me ask you this. If he's not giving you, like, expensive things or buying you any kind of things, is he showering you with affection?
He hasn't even given me any play. He hasn't even gone past my neck. Hasn't even touched my breast.
No, that is not
Something
you.
ain't right here, Edward.
No. Look, I came at her. I was trying to give her some affection.
She was tired that one night.
I was tired too, though.
No, but
I was
had to
exhausted.
ask him to kiss me. I have to ask
You
him.
never have to. On the phone, I told her, as soon as I see you, I'm gonna give you a kiss.
But that was once.
All right.
The rest of the
All right,
time.
we have to move along.
Yes.
Edward, people have different reasons why they come on the show. What's yours?
I think our long distance relationship is really hurting us. And I just wanted to see if a local date would actually, compare with the long distance relationship, see how they would work.
See what it's like to have something close by.
Exactly. Plus, there's a lot of sacrifices, so I want to see how the outcome will come.
All right, well, we're going to find out. Will this relationship go the distance? Find out when we meet their dates next, so stay here. All right, welcome back. We're here with Ed and Doris. Now, Ed says it frosts him that Doris dresses too hot and cakes on the makeup. But the icing on the cake is when she makes time to mix it up at a club with friends, but never makes time for him. So we found Ed a woman who rises to the occasion and heats up her man on and off the dance floor. Please welcome Denise Riggins. Yeah. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. Well, Doris, what do you think? You think Denise could get Edward stored up on the dance floor?
Yeah, she might have some booty and some booze, but she ain't got what I got.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
How about for you, Denise? Were you hot for Ed right away? Was he your typical kind of guy that you'd go out with?
Well, usually I go out with crispy guys. They're like thuggy, but Ed looked really nice and he had pretty lips and he was real tall. Tall enough to climb.
So he's not crispy or thuggy.
No.
Okay. Now, Ed, we chose Denise for you because she was close, and that was one of the things we wanted to do. I understand she actually came and picked you up. Is that right? And what'd you think when she showed up?
Actually, I was thinking about Doris.
You were?
Yeah, my mind was actually on Doris and her date and how she was handling it.
Oh, you were more worried about their date?
Yeah.
Oh, like jealous, or was it happening at the same time? Everything was going on at the same time?
Yeah, everything was basically just going on at the same time. So.
All right, so Doris, what do you think Ed planned for his date?
Probably nothing. He probably stood her up. I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen. But if he did plan something, they probably just rented a movie or stayed at home.
All right, Ed, how close is Doris? Was she correct, or were you really romantic?
Actually, we were very romantic. We had... Yeah, we went to the Olive Garden. We had nice, elegant dinner. We held hands across the table.
So it was a little bit romantic even at the Olive Garden. Okay.
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah, and you're holding hands.
You what?
Yeah.
You held her hand across the table?
Sure
Yes.
did.
You don't even hold my hand.
I would hold your hand if you didn't turn me away.
I don't turn you away.
Please.
All right, now, Denise, let me ask you, because you were spending some time with him. Is he as romantic as he claims to be?
He is. He has nice hands. He was real touchy on my shoulder. We went back to my place and watched the movie. We did rent a movie, but we were at my house.
Now, see, Doris, there's not always a downside to renting a movie and going back to somebody's house to watch.
No, but never mind.
All right, Denise, so you're there watching the movie at your place. Any awkward moments come up?
Well, when I reached for the remote, we kind of stare at each other.
We had an awkward moment. We were staring face to face. And right then and there, I was like, no, we got to go dancing.
Oh, really?
I didn't want anything bad to happen, so,
You couldn't take the heat,
Doris, obviously he got the signals right on that one when he saw him coming, so he knew it was time to get out of there.
Well, he never gets them right when it's with me.
The wrong ones.
Excuse me?
So, Denise, you guys went out dancing then afterwards. Anything else that was awkward at that point?
Well, he went to go dance with someone else, and that was cute. And she was like cute. No, she was cute, and I just danced with someone else that was there who was
She was only
pretty
a friend.
attractive.
She was only a friend.
A friend. Well,
She was
somebody
only
that
a friend.
At least you
She
knew
was
her.
only a friend.
Okay.
That was it. But you gotta understand, when I was dancing with a friend and when me and Denise were dancing, it was totally opposite. Me and Denise was like, anything more, we would have been having sex on the floor.
Ed, maybe you could give us a little description of what was actually going on there.
Well, her tush was all up in my mid area. And, She was bending over and doing little gestures and everything.
Boom.
Yeah. She had the juices flowing.
And Doris, do you ever dance like that with Edward?
No, I'm not a hoochie mama, okay? I'm a mom.
So Denise, did Ed's hot dancing then make up for his bad behavior elsewhere?
Well, yeah, when we ended up going back dancing, when we started dancing, he was really touchy-feely, so it was cool.
So he was getting all into it.
I told my mom about the date, and she was like, "You're a hussy," because I was like, I was explaining that his lower regions were pretty endowed.
For me, I don't even know how you bring that up to your mom. I mean, how do you explain it? And what does your mom think when you did explain it to her?
She called me a hussy.
Yeah?
But I don't think I was a hussy.
Good
I was
choice of
really, we
words.
had a nice dance. It was a nice
Now, Ed, let me ask you, if her mom called her a hussy because she was explaining all that, and you said Doris dresses like a hoochie, how was Denise dressed?
She was dressed very well. She had a form-fitting, nice dress on. Mm-hmm. Okay. I noticed she had on a lovely G-string, which is my favorite. I wouldn't know about Doris because she don't wear panties. So, I couldn't tell if she would be wearing any, so she was looking very
So,
nice.
Denise, he likes your G-string. Did you like his tongue ring?
Well, it would have been nice if when I kissed him, I felt it, but since I didn't get to feel that, I always wanted to know what it felt like to kiss somebody with a tongue ring.
Yeah, what happened? Where was the tongue? What was going on there, Denise?
The tongue was there, but it was no ring.
Oh, you didn't have it in?
I take the ring in and out. One reason is for work purposes, and I just forgot it. So.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was special for Doris.
No, she will never get it. She'll never get the tongue.
Now, Ed, did you have to ask Denise for a kiss like you do with Doris, or?
It was respectable. We both knew what we wanted, and we both went in for the nice kiss. It was very nice.
And Denise, would you say, I mean, you kind of made a face there, would you describe it as respectable?
Respectable, but it ended up turning to be a little bit more.
Oh, would you?
He touched my back, and I touched the back of his neck with my nails because he likes that. And
As you can tell, if you can see her nails,
well manicured,
very manicured. She has no nails. There aren't any nails. I like nails rubbing on my neck.
Yeah,
felt
she hit the hot
nice.
spot. Now,
hit
Ed, as potential long-term relationships go, how would you compare the two?
Denise, she's more needy of my attention. Doris, she's more needy of my money.
Okay, well, we'll see which way you go with that, because what's a guy to do? Find out what Ed decides later, but next find out what's a girl to do on a date. With Denise, now it's Doris's turn to talk about hers. We found her someone who lives closer, loves more aggressively, and longs to spend money on a woman. Please welcome Marcus Hamilton. Marcus, how are you? Good to see you. Doris? Say, Ed, let me ask you, does Marcus look like a big spender to you?
He looked like a big dork to me, if you ask me. To be honest with you,
Doris, what about you? Was Marcus everything that you asked for?
It's like he was straight out of a romance novel. Nice jaw, nice lips, nice nose, nice eyes.
He looked like a horror novel to me, if you to be honest with you.
No, he's beautiful. He is very handsome.
All right, Marcus, what about you? Were you as impressed with Doris as she was obviously impressed with you?
Well, when I first picked her up, I picked her up at her work, and I wasn't that impressed. She was in her uniform, but I was happy to take her home. She changed her clothes, and she looked great.
Now you got to see two sides of her.
That's right.
Now, Ed, you said when you were on your date that you were thinking about Doris. How do you think she got dressed?
Hoochie. Packed on makeup with no panties.
Marcus, how revealing was the outfit?
It was fairly revealing, but, hey, but I don't mind for girls not wearing panties or not, so...
You're okay with that?
That's my favorite, so...
No objections there. Now, Doris, I understand you guys went to a baseball game. Was that okay, though? Because Ed doesn't, seem to get you out much.
Well, he at least spent some money on me, took me somewhere nice. He bought a beer. He paid for the ticket.
Marcus, how about the game? Is it going the way you hoped?
She was a little nervous. She had, had kind of a trouble. She was talking a lot and a little nervous. So I just put my arm around her a couple times, and I would just caress her leg. and she loosened up. It was nice.
So you got her to relax there.
Yeah.
All right, so Doris, there you are. He's taking charge. He, thought of the game and all of that. A little different than what you got with Ed. Was that good for you?
Oh yeah, he was giving me some play. He was a little bit assertive, not too aggressive. He was rubbing on my shoulders. He gave me a massage. He held my hand. He was very, very gentle, but just perfect.
Just watch it. She might fall asleep on you.
Now, Ed, sounds like there's a little chemistry there. You think that Marcus might be maybe more compatible with Doris?
No.
No. Okay. I just thought I'd ask.
Basically.
So, Marcus, obviously, you've got her loosened up a little bit.
Right.
What was your next move at this point?
Well, at this point, we had to leave the game early so I could take her to work, and we made dinner reservations for 9, and so that's what happened.
Well, you went to the baseball game, you had to drop her off at work and then pick her up again.
Right, and I picked her up from work.
Told you I work a lot.
She works.
Okay, now, Doris, you said Ed's always late. Was Marcus on time coming back to get you?
Well, he didn't exactly show up. He stood me up.
He stood you up.
Thank you.
He stood you
I
up.
called my sister. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I
He
just
stood
keep getting
you
stood
up.
I didn't understand it, so I was.
Yeah,
very
now,
upset.
obviously, Marcus, you go through all this trouble of setting all this up, and then you don't show up. There must be a reasonable explanation.
There was a crisis at work, and I had to take care of it, but I called her as soon as I could.
Yeah.
But he still didn't show up, basically.
But he called the next morning. You don't call at all.
I don't call at all.
Like a week later, or I have to call you.
No.
So there's the difference. That's how you find out if it was Ed. All right, so it's the next morning when he calls it. Did he at least apologize and try to make up?
He apologized. He made more dinner reservations, and we had a nice, intimate dinner.
Doris, what about Marcus in the bedroom? Do you think he's too moral? Did you get that impression that he might be?
Yeah, we talked about sex before marriage, and we both agreed that it was a good thing. Yeah. and it would make for better things. But we ended the date on a nice kiss on the cheek and a hug, and that was it.
So it ended kind of romantically.
Very romantic, but nice, and not too much. But he at least made the first move.
True. Marcus, now Ed claimed earlier the problem was that he didn't get her signals. He didn't pick up on the vibes that she was sending out. What about you with Doris? Could you pick up on some things?
Yeah, sort of. They were hard to read. She was a little giggly, kind of immature, so it was kind of wow. But, so I can understand where Urkel might... Oh, Ed might...
Doris, you know what? Seeing that this has happened with two guys, maybe you're not being obvious enough or you're not giving out strong enough signals.
Well, no, I was looking him right into his eyes, but I think maybe it just wasn't coming across.
He needs to look at his hair because he needs a haircut.
All right, you know what? It's the bottom of the ninth and the game is tied. Decision time coming up next. We'll find out what happens. Stay here. Welcome back. Ed and Doris know that maintaining a long-distance relationship takes a lot of work, and lately it's been wearing on both of them. Now, they came here to either make the commitment to work harder or take a leave of absence. They each have a card on their lap, so obviously they have made their choices. And Ed, we're going to start with you. Now, Ed, you're attracted to Doris. Obviously, you put a lot of time in the relationship and a lot of miles on your car that you love so much to go see her. You had a great time with Denise, though. It was a little bit different, and the dancing certainly was working some magic that she felt all too well. Your decision, though, what do you say?
I think Denise and I really had a great time going out on a date, and I really found out what going out on a date was really about. And I really would like to explore that with Doris, so stay together.
Stay together. Okay. You learned a little something from the date. Denise, sorry things didn't work out for you. Doris, let's get your decision now. Ed says he wants to stay together. You do have a history with him, obviously. You had a nice time with Marcus, but you did have some of those similar problems that you had with Ed that you had with Marcus on this date. We want to get your decision. What do you say?
I want to stay alone. I've had a change of heart.
Change of heart? Okay, and Doris? Doris, they're not with you on that one. I'm sorry. But why is it you want to stay on your own?
Well, they both did the exact same thing to me, and I think I deserve a lot more respect than that.
Okay. Didn't work out for you. And Doris, I would say, you know what? Somebody out there probably is going to get it one of these times. You're going to connect real hard and it'll be good for you. All right, that's our show for today. Thanks to everyone for being here, and we'll see you next time on Change of Heart. Yeah!